Shavua Tov, welcome to this week YouTube vodcast. This week is Parshat Miketz, but I wanted to focus on Chanukah for a few moments at the beginning, just to explain a little bit about the Chanukah and how we light. Now I have a Chanukah here with me. I'm using candles. Some people prefer to use olive oil to remember the mitzvah that it happened in the temple times that the candles were lit with olive oil. But you can use really whatever you need. The way that the Chanukah needs to be set up is initially on the first night we light on the far right, the furthest right candle, which is on my left but on your far right, and each night we add one to the left in that direction. And when we light the Chanukah candles, we light them from the newest candle first. So tonight will be here, tomorrow night we'll put the candle here, and then we'll light this one first and then this one, and so on and so forth. Now just a few of the laws. Tonight, when we light Chanukah candles, the first bracha which we make, Asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. The second one is She'asa nisim la'avotenu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. And on only tonight we make a third blessing, and that is Shechiyanu v'kiyimanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. And you can find it on the art scroll or whichever siduri that you use. And then we light the candles. Now the ideal time for lighting candles is at nightfall, rather than late in the afternoon or 6:30. Because it's summer now, candle lighting should be around 8:15 in the evening. And the candles need to last about half an hour into that time. So that's pretty much the candle lighting. And please light candles tonight. I know that it's become a bit taboo and a lot of people forget whatever, but really make as much effort as you can to light candles this evening. Now just have a little bit of an idea about Chanukah. The question is often asked vis-a-vis Chanukah candles. Why is it that we light 8 candles? Because really, if you look at the Chanukah, we think, why do we light Chanukah candles? Because there's a miracle. There was oil and it was supposed to last for 1 day and it lasted for 8 days. But if you think about it, if it's to remember the miracle, how many days miracle were there? There were only 7. Because it was supposed to last for 1 day, and there were 8 days, so 7 were miraculous days, and 1 was, so why do we light for 8 days? And this is a famous question asked by the Beit Yosef and the Shulchan Aruch. And the answer, a lot of different answers. But one of the answers that is quite profound, it says as follows. Really, the miracle of Chanukah wasn't that the oil lasted a long time. The miracle was that the Jews, who were small in number, and not exactly the biggest fighters as the Hollywood perhaps would like us to believe in. Maccabi, we think of as strong. They weren't really that. But nevertheless, they were able to defeat the Greeks, which was a mighty army. So, if you were there at the time, you'd look at it and you'd say, wow, it's quite impressive. I mean, 6-day war. No one calls 6-day war a miracle. Not really. They think, Israelis, they had the best soldiers, they had the best tanks, they had the best motivation, whatever the case might be. But we don't see the miracle. So says the Maharal, it says that's why we had the miracle of the Pach Hashem, the miracle of the candles. Because that was a miracle that couldn't be explained according to normal terms. And because that was the miracle, then we could see that really the war was the biggest miracle. So says the Maharal, the first night that we light candles, we light them because of the victory in war, the victory of Judaism over Hellenism. That's the first candle. And the rest of the candles is Zeichel and Neis of Pach Hashem and remembering the candles. But really, it's a very important point that we have to see the miracles in everything. That not only in the miraculous victories in war, but in everyday life, but all the miracles of day to day, the things that we see, things that we don't see. Chanukah is a festival that you look for the miracle within, and you try and find the miracle in the everyday life. Chag Sameach, have a great week. See you next week.